Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmyaham. Now, Shankara, after describing all the three koshas, that is the Annamaya, Pranamaya and Manomaya, and negating that it is not the self, now he has entered into this Vijnanamaya kosha. Yesterday we saw two verses, we will chant it again and then we will go into the third. Buddhir buddhi indriyai sardham savrutti kartru lakshanaha vijnanamaya koshasyat pumsas samsara karanam anuvrajachit pratibhimba shaktihi anuvrajachit pratibhimba shaktihi vrajachit pratibhimba shaktihi vijnana sanjna prakruter vikaraha jnana kriyavanahamityajastram dehendriyadushva abhimanyate brusham driyadishvabhimanyate brusham. So what is Vijnanamaya kosha? Buddhihi buddhindriyahi sardham. The intellect along with all the five sense organs together. Vijnanamaya kosha syat, it is called as Vijnanamaya kosha. Savrittihi kartrulakshanaha, it is along with the idea of I am the doer, kartrulakshanaha, and I am the enjoyer. So this claiming oneself to be the agent, that is the sense of agency, that is kartrulakshanaha, that is Vijnanamaya koshas. Pumsaha samsara karanam, and it is responsible for the transmigration of the people over here. See, so why? Because when you say I am the doer, I am the enjoyer, then vasanas are created, and then again and again you are born here. And not only that, very important thing, anuvrajat chit pratibimba shaktihi. In this Vijnanamaya kosha only, the Atma jyotihi, the Atma chaitanyam is reflected, and you get the chitchaya, pratibimba shaktihi, the reflected consciousness. That illuminates everything in the world outside. See, actually, Atma chaitanyam by itself cannot illuminate anything because in it there is nothing. Only when it functions through the buddhi, the Vijnanamaya kosha, it expresses a chitchaya or pratibimba, the reflected consciousness. Like I told you the other day, the sunlight falling on the mirror and the mirror light falling into the room, that illuminates the room, something like that. And here, Vijnana Samjnaha Prakruter Vikaraha. Even this Vijnanamaya kosha is Prakruter Vikaraha. It is a modification of the Prakriti only. It is not Atma the self. It is modification of the Prakriti only. Prakriti means what? That Maya Shakti. That is what called as Prakriti. Na? Modification of the Prakriti only. By itself it has no light. Only when the Atma Chaitanyam reflects through it, then there is light. We may wonder how these Mahatmas would have arrived at all these conclusions, It was so subtle, happening inside or whatever. But we are not able to even wonder or imagine, but how they must have seen all these things. It is reflecting in the intellectual sheath, and without Atma Chaitanyam, this reflection cannot happen. Buddhi Taniya, Atma Taniya, you wonder. So how much of research, how much of time and effort they must have put in, how much of sacrifices they must have done, how many years to arrive at all these things, and how much of discussions would have happened, debates, how much, Vada, Pradivada, God. And like Laddu, they are giving to us in the golden plate. And for us, very difficult even to eat that Laddu. You say, no. So for us even to listen to this Vivekachudamani continuously, how much becomes strain, But for him to have written this, imagine, to collect those ideas and write it in an order, how wonderful it is. So it is Prakriti Vikaraha, it is in the Prakriti. Prakriti means Jada Sambandha Prakriti only. Vikaraha, it's modification of the Prakriti only. Jnana Kriyavan Ahamiti Ajastram. Meaning what? He always proclaims that he is the knower. I know. That comes from the Jnanamaya Kosha. And I am the doer, Kriyavan. Ahamiti Ajastram Deha Indriyadi Abhimanyate Brusham. Indriyadishu Abhimanyate. And he only identifies with the body mind and say, I am, that Ahankara. That happens in the Vijnanamaya Kosha only. In that Kosha only it happens. Because of his identification with the body mind, he says, I am. See, Ahamiti Ajastram. Always he says, I am. By identifying with the Deha Indriya, Adishu Abhimanyate. Abhimanyate means having identified with that, he always asserts that I am this personality, I know, I am the doer, I am the enjoyer. So if you want a very bright expression of this Vijnanamaya Kosha, you can see in the youngsters. They think, I know everything, I know, I have Google in my hand, and I have all the other apps. I know everything, you need not tell me. Hare Rama, no, I know everything. See, they get married, and then when they beget children, they go into the Google to search how to raise the child. When this happens, what to be done? Will it work? When you open the Google, everything will come, from the birth to death. See, when you have some disease, you should not open the Google, please. Then you will be very depressed. Everything will be given there. But they go on, and the grandma is there. She knows everything about the child and its growth. But he thinks she doesn't know anything. Actually, doctors doesn't know anything. Grandma knows better actually than the doctor. Doctors, I have very poor opinion. Sorry, please excuse me. I got very poor, especially about our English doctors. I mean, the modern allopathic. I have very poor opinion. I don't know. They may get angry with me. They don't know much, actually speaking. They say everything contrary to what our traditional beliefs, I don't know. They think they are very intelligent, smart, but they don't know anything. I am very sure about it. And these intelligent fellows, they say, I am the doer, I am doing everything and I am enjoying. What is your problem in between? Coming and saying, don't do this, don't do that. I am earning, I am spending. So it is my life, it is my priorities, my choice, I. So the intelligent people suffer intelligently. Very miserable they are. They are not happy. They are not free. They are victims of their own mind's likes and dislikes. Their own desires, kama, krodha, lobha. I tell you, they are not at all happy and not at all free. Not at all intelligent that way also. Stupid actually. So this Vijnanamaya Kosha is in full expression. When you grow in age, you mellow down a little, right? You understand, no, I don't know much. There are so many things to be known. You understand. And then you say, yes, I can do, but it's all Lord's grace, whatever. You feel that there is something higher power which is, running the show. Something like that subtly you feel actually. But Vijnanamaya Kosha to itself, if you give it up, I know everything, I do, I enjoy, and I am this personality. When they are young, they are very youthful, no? That energy is there, and the bodily parts are also shining. They are very handsome or beautiful. So they are very proud of themselves, their own bodily appearance, youthfulness, energy, dynamism, intelligence. And they think they can do anything in this world. That is fine, in the sense it's very positive, but still it leads to a lot of ego and arrogance. And they don't respect, and they miss out. So many things they miss out. So this Vijnanamaya Kosha is in full glow in the youngsters and also in the scientific minded people. They say, I am scientific minded means what? They so much have faith in the Vijnanamaya Kosha. Beyond Vijnanamaya Kosha, they don't know anything. For them, Vijnanamaya Kosha is everything. Even Manomaya is later only. The emotions are also later only. Intellectual person I am. Only I go by reason, logic and reason. That which is not understood cannot be accepted. So, beyond intellect also, there is something that is wonderful. And when you go there, all these things crumble. All these things crumble actually. Whatever we have been holding on, as the thing, everything crumbles when you go there. Everything crumbles. All our petty ideas, concepts, whatever we hold very close to our heart, everything becomes meaningless and crumble. It is not what we have thought. It is something else. Now, having understood, we will move now to the 186th verse. 186 and 87 should be read together. Then only it makes sense. It's one flow of thought. Anadi kalo yamaham swabhavaha jivas samasta vyavahara voda karoti karmanyapi purva vasanaha punyanya punyani cha tatpalani bhumte vichitra swapiyo nishuvrajan nayati niryatyadha urdhvameshaha asyaiva vijnanamayasya jagrat swapnadhyavastha sukha dukkha bhogaha sukha dukkha bhogaha. So what is said here? Anadikalaha ayam aham svabhavaha. When did this aham svabhavaha, that I thought, arise? From when? From when, if you ask? Anadi, beginningless. Anadi. Adi means beginning. Anadi means beginningless. Why? Only after I arises, the concept of time arises. Otherwise, there is no concept of time. See, in physics, how the time is defined. It is interval between two events. It's called as time. Interval between two events. In the philosophy, it is defined, especially Adhyatma, as interval between two experiences. Experiences can happen only after the experiencer coming up, right? So interval between two experiences only is a time. When the first experience has started, there is no time. So it is called as beginningless. We cannot define it in time. Anadi. But you know what? Every moment new experiencer is born along with the experience. And he dies also with the experience. See, you know what? It's so amazing. We think we are a solid structure. We think we are, continuous or solid. No. Like, it is said in Buddhistic philosophy also, if you see a flame, or means a small jyoti, it is not constant. Actually, it is continuously, the molecules are going up, like, it's continuous, it's not constant. You understand what I am saying? Similarly, every moment and experience that I am born, and with that experience I go, I die, and then new experiencer. There is nothing called as Ramana Swaroopananda. With each experience I am born, and with each experience I die. And somehow there is a continuity because of the identification of the body and mind. So, aggregation of all the experiencer, which cannot be aggregated that way, but still roughly I aggregate and say I am Ramana Swaroopananda. Like, how? Those days, what is projected on the screen, the film, what is projected on the screen, actually if you see the film roll, it is individual frames, If you take one frame, it is like this, another frame like this, like this. When it runs, then the action happens. So individual frames, if it runs, then only the action happens. Similarly, the mind is there, which, like the Alata Shanti, Alata, like what Spotler, it creates an individual personality, a virtual image. That is this Ramana Swaroopananda. That is me. I am not there at all, even otherwise. Every moment an experiencer is born, every moment is gone. And what is Ramana Swaroopananda? Nobody knows. He is not. And there is underlying self, which is there always. That is the self of all. That cannot be identified as one person. That is self of all. But what rises and what goes is the experiencer with all the experience. He has no color, he has no shape, he has no qualities as such. But somehow the vasanas are there somewhere, I don't know where, embedded somewhere, we don't know, it's all virtual. எல்லாமே இப்போ புரியுது virtualனா என்னன்னே புரியுது. Somewhere it is stored, so some continuity is there, and we consider ourselves a solid structure. I am this. See? Then for whom the liberation? Is the experience reborn every moment, and this is called as Kshanikavadam by Buddhists actually. See, it's dangerous sometimes, When you don't have that underlying self, idea of the underlying self, it is only momentary experiencer born and gone. What Kshanikavadam? Kshanikavadam it is called. Kshanika means every moment you are born and you die. And if you don't have that idea of that underlying self, it is very, very dangerous. It means very scary actually. There is nothing, nobody, nothing, oh my God. But somehow, because of some mysterious power, there is a sort of continuity. There is this karma, vasana or whatever. There is going and coming, individual lives, as if. Like Mayajala Vidya, as if. So, Anadikalaha ayam aham subhavaha. From time immemorial means we don't know from when it started, this identification, and then this aham svabhavaha, I, asserting as I, we don't know when it started. And this is called a jiva bhava, jivaha. He is the jivaha. Samasta vyavahara voda. And he performs all the transaction in the world outside. Vyavahara. Who? This I, this personality, he alone performs all the transaction in the world. This personality. Where he is born? In the intellectual sheath. Because of what? The reflection of the consciousness. And with identification of the body, prana, senses, everything, mind, everything. He is born and he conducts business in the world. And he thinks he is limited and he thinks he will be happy when he gains something from the world. So he runs. And he thinks he is unique. He has to maintain his uniqueness, identity. And he thinks he is not like others. He is something else, unique, very great, royal, whatever, divine. So to be there, he struggles, he sweats, toil, does everything for that image, which is false. He does everything to maintain that image, which is false. See, we may study all these things, we may appreciate, understand, but we are all very concerned about our image, social standing, our image, what people will think about us. We are very, very conscious. We don't want to give it up, like not even a bit, not even an inch we want to come down from our standards. Why? Because that is me and I am unique, I am different, I have my own class, I have my own standards. Sometimes we disguise all these things in self-respect, whatever, self-esteem. See, that's all there. I am not denying it. But all things are mixed up. And this is samasta vyavahara voda. And then what he does? Karoti karmani api purva vasanaha. He does all the actions with the idea that I am the doer. With this idea, he does all the actions according to the purva vasanas. Whatever impressions he has got in his inside, accordingly he is pushed and he does. A fellow, he is a doctor, but he is very fond of singing. While, attending to the patient also, he is always Why? It is there in him. It is coming out, like he cannot help. Somehow accidentally has become a doctor because the parents must have pushed him, poor fellow. But his fulfillment is only in singing. You understand? Something like that. The vasanas are so strong. I know a person, not here in India, in Sri Lanka, one of our devotee, close devotee only. He is very good person, very sincere. He is interested in philosophy, in spiritual. But he cannot sit in a place. He cannot be quiet. He is so this thing. Swamiji, I will do anything for you except attending class. Don't force me to attend classes. I will do everything for you. Meaning what? This vasana is not there in Vedanta or all these things. But he is a good person. He is very God-fearing, very, I would say, very devotional also. Very sattvic, nice, sattvic, very nice person. But his vasana is not there. So he cannot come and sit. He won't feel comfortable. He is very restless always. Shari, idella okay, evvala murdan solluvinga. Again and again, same thing you are saying in different language. Initially you started with 3 bodies, now 5 koshas. And then what is in store for us, we don't know really. Then you will start explaining what is Jiva Bhava and what is Brahman, this, that, or you, Rama. Enough. Nobody forces you. You have opted for it. Sonda Kasli Sunyam. You have opted for it. And you have traveled all the way and come here. What did you expect then? Some dance program? Vedanta means what? This is Vedanta. But I am actually diluting. Diluting is what? Cushioning it with lot of things, But if you go on Shastra, means the traditional gurus, teachers, they destroy you, dumb, damal, dumb. They will talk only in Sanskrit. And all jargons. Shastric language they speak. They see to it that you will not understand even a word. They will see to it. Because they don't want you to come up to their levels, They see to it that you don't understand. So you should only at the most worship them and listen to them without understanding. So that you will come again and again. See, if somebody doesn't come for satsang, I would be very happy. Why? Yes, got enlightenment. He has gone. But if you come again, it means what? Again, I am not enlightened. I am a Buddhu. But these Mahatmas like only the Buddhus. Because they come again and listen to the same thing without, without resisting or without complaining, protesting. So that you can talk anything. So, karoti karmani api purva vasanaha. According to his purva vasanas, he does all his karmas. So, why this person is talking? Purva vasana only. Of Vedanta vasana and the vasana for talking. So, this person goes on talking. Like that, everybody has got their own unique vasanas. And punyani, apunyani, cha tatpalani, bhungte. Bhungte is in the next verse. See, the next verse, the first line, bhungte. The first word is bhungte. So these two verses together should be read. So punyani, apunyani cha. What sort of karmas he does? Punyani cha, apunyani. Some good or some bad, according to his vasanas. Shubha or ashubha vasanas. See, there is nothing called as good person or bad person. Only Shubha Vasana or Ashubha Vasana inside him. Accordingly, he functions in the world outside. So he is labeled as a good person or a bad person, a criminal or a saint. His Vasanas are like that. And at this present moment, we are helpless. Already it is all recorded in our system. So you cannot too much condemn somebody also, They brought everything. They are born that way. But why did they do that kind of a sin in the first place, if you ask? Then you are going to the first vasana which cannot be answered. Then why you got a good vasana in the first place? Why he got a bad vasana in the first place? You ask, there is no answer. So nobody understands anything actually in this world. So don't unnecessarily condemn people, however bad they are. Pavangal, they are also struggling only. See, Duryodhana, he says, in Mahabharata it comes, I know everything. I know which is right, which is wrong, what I am doing. I know everything. But I am helpless. I cannot do anything else. I am born this way. I have to do this. I have to die this way only. He says, in the moment of sattva, he expresses this way. I know what I am doing also. I know what is right, what is wrong. Dhritarashtra, he knows. But he is blind not only physically, even otherwise he is blind. Means what? Because of the pasham, putra pasham. So therefore, this fellow, he is helpless. Because of his vasana, he is functioning. Even otherwise, if you push him also, he cannot do anything else better. If your son is only watching cricket, yes, you have to discipline him. But what else you can do? He has got such vasana in him. What can you do? And if your daughter wants to act in films, suppose, very dangerous, but she wants. What you can do? That vasana is so deep, she has to act. Otherwise she will feel very miserable. Vayana kena prakarena. What else you can do? People are born with their innate vasanas. So accordingly, they do punya karma or papa karma. And tat palani bhungte. And they have to reap what they have sown, right? Palani bhungte. Whatever may be the consequences, the results of their action, they have to go through, enjoy or suffer, whatever. Bhungte, palani bhungte. After what happens? Vichitra. Vichitrasu api yonishu vrajan. Then they enter into Vichitra yonis. Yoni means the womb. Means when the vasanas are still unfulfilled and there are Vichitra vasanas, mean you have to take Vichitra bodies. If you have a vasana to sort of revel in the ditch, you cannot be born as a human being because that won't be fulfilled. You have to be born as what? Pig. So, Vichitra vasanas are there. See, even now we see Vichitra vasanas are there. They don't know what they are actually. Whether a man or a woman. And they say there are so many 56, 72, so many genders are there. I was so surprised to hear. We all know only 2 genders. Sadi irondoliye verillai satrungal. நீதி வழிவா நெறிமுறையில் இட்டார் பெரியோர் இடாதார் இலிகுளத்தோர் அப்படி சொல்கிற மாதிரி நமக்கு தெரிஞ்ச 2 சாதி தான், ஆண் ஜாதி பெண் ஜாதி. But now they say there are so many genders and they are very this thing about their pronouns. And you cannot call anybody as he or she. They get very offended. Arey, how do you know I am he? Arey, you look like that. But I may look anything. But how do you know I am he? I am she. You call they. Huh? What? Yes, you call they. We are in very different times, I tell you. So Vichitra yonis, because you have Vichitra perverted vasanas also, which cannot be fulfilled in this human body. Then you have to take some asuric bodies or some other bodies, animalistic bodies. Vichitra yoni. Please beware. See, nothing go without any consequences. If you lead a very idiotic life, you have to be born again in an idiotic yoni. You have to go through all those things. If somebody is going through, because they all because of their own making. Swamiji, then are we not having any choice? Because we have got this vasana, we are propelled by this vasana, that is how we act in this world, and we do the same kind of thing, and then again and again we come here, and again we say do the same thing. Where is the end to it? That is why it is said there is some divine grace. Meaning something happens in life, some divine thing happens, some good things, and some guru comes or some, something happens. So some change happens slowly only. Very slowly. The evolution is very slow. Unless you consciously put forward effort, it is very slow. Everything is evolving, but in its own pace, very small pace. So it's Vichitra yonihi. Nayati niryati. He goes and comes. Pokum varavum eppayum. He goes, he comes, he goes, he comes back. And adha urdhvam. Goes down, goes up. Meaning what? In the lower yonis and in the higher yonis. What is lower and higher? With the respect to the human beings. We say certain things are lower yonis, like animals and all. And higher yonis, devatas. Like that, the Shastras say there are different worlds, but we may not believe because we have not seen. We have not seen so many things. There may be, who knows? Shastras say there are so many worlds, so he goes up or goes down. See, there are different fields of experiences. See, whether it is up or down, what it means, different fields of experiences. Some wonderful field of experiences and very nasty field of experience. Even here in the world, we have got different, fields where we get different experiences. So he goes up and down. Asyaiva vijnanamayasya jagrat swapnadi avastaha. And for this vijnanamaya, this purusha, vijnanamaya purusha, this ego personality, for him is the different states of waking, dream, etc. And for him is the sukha dukkha bhogaha. For him is the sukha dukkha. For this personality is the sukha dukkha. So actually we are Vijnanamaya Kosha. That personality we are. That is why when somebody insults our intellect, our understanding and knowledge, we get very offended, very angry. Even a very illiterate farmer or anybody, not farmer, illiterate person who doesn't know anything, you call him idiot, he gets very angry. How can you call me like that? Because this is a very great insult. We are Vijnanamaya Kosha. That Chaitanya is expressing in the intellectual sheath and we know. So when you say an idiot means you don't know anything, that is an insult to us, because my inherent nature is what I know. That is, this personality's expression is what I know. I am capable. That is, I am the doer. When you say, you are useless. Arey, what do you think? So this Vijnanamaya Kosha, he is the enjoyer of all the fruits. So that bird in that tree, eating the fruits, that is his jiva. And in this personality only there is another bird watching everything quietly, without getting involved. Whether you identify with this bird which is eating or which is looking on, that is all. If you identify with the bird which is eating, then you are a jiva, you suffer. When you identify with the bird which is within you, which is watching everything, not involved, not reacting, then you are that self. That is what is portrayed in the front of Acharya Kutiya. One eats, the other looks on. It is there within only. The bird which is eating, that is me, the personality. The bird which is looking on is the self, which is not involved in anything. Whether you identify with this or that, accordingly you are a saint or a sinner. You are a Jivan Mukta or a Samsari. So this is Vijnanamaya Kosha. How clear, na? These two verses, it gives the biography of all the jivas of all the times, wherever, American or British or African or Asian, anybody, Hindu, Christian, Muslim, whoever he may be. So it gives the biography of all the jivas. For everybody, this intelligence should function through the Vijnanamaya Kosha, to know. And he should identify the body mind, say, I am the doer, I am. And he is only doing according to his vasanas only. See, our masters explicitly they explain these things. Maybe they may not know and they are not explaining, so it is not that it is not. Everybody has got the same, internal structure, vasanas. We are seeing, we are watching now. So, all these things happen. Moving on. Next verse, 188th. Dehadi nishta shrama dharma karma Gunabhimanam satatam mameti Vijnana kosho yamati prakashaha Prakrushta sannidhyavashat paratmanaha Ato Yadhatmadhi samsarati brahmena Dehadi nishta ashrama dharma karma etc. means it all belongs to the body. What? Ashrama. Ashrama means different stages of life. Brahmacharya, Grihastha also. It belongs to the body only. The growth of the body. According to the body, or the stages are defined. Dharma, karma, and according to the ashrama, dharma. There are different dharma for the different ashrama. Householders, they have got different dharma. Vanaprasthis have got different dharma. And karma, whatever they are supposed to do or not to do also. So all these things are belonging to the body. Body means what? In the Prakriti only. Guna abhimanam satatam mameti. But this Vijnanamaya Kosha takes all this to be his own. Mama iti. Oh, this is all my dharma. He takes. And that is how he lives. And that is how he is miserable also here. Because Deha, the dharma belongs to the Deha. Not to me. I am the pure self. But in between, this fellow comes up as the Hankari and he says what? No, I am this body. So body is growing old means I am growing old. Something like that. The mind is so happy means I am happy. He is unable to distinguish between the Atma and Anatma. Happiness is there in the mind. So I am just the observer. This discrimination is not there. Even for a great Panditas, even for the great seekers, it is not there. In the heat of the moment, it is all forgotten and we identify with the personality and we enjoy or suffer. அதுக்காக சுவாமி எப்போ பார்த்தாலும் இப்படி உட்காந்துருக்க முடியுமா? நான் அது இல்லை அது இல்லைன்னு போர் அடிக்க இப்போ எதை தான் அனுபவிக்கிற இந்த உலகத்தில்? இஃப் யூ ஆஸ்க் லைக் தட் தென் யூ அனுபவி ராஜா அனுபவி எல்லாத்தையும் அனுபவி. See, this is what? If you want to enjoy everything, good and bad. Don't say, I don't want bad. I want only good. Both will come. If you don't want, say, I don't want anything. Then you are free. We all think with a straw, as if a straw we can suck only or drink only the good or the sukha and leave out the dukkha. It cannot happen. It can never happen. So this fellow only identifies with the body mind and he enjoys or suffers and takes the dharma of the body mind to be his dharma. And Vijnana Kosha, I am Ati Prakashaha. And his Vijnanamaya Kosha is very bright. Why he is bright? Because Prakrishta Sannidhya Vashat Paratmanaha. He is very close to the Atma. Atma is the Jyotishamapita Jyotihi Tamasa Paramuchate. Jyoti means what? It is of the nature of pure knowledge. So that is expressing through this Vijnanamaya Kosha. So it is said it is very close to the Atma. Why? Because that is expressing in the Vijnanamaya Kosha. Therefore he appears to be very bright. See, the body and all cannot be bright, but the person is bright. Is it not so? See, the same Paramatma only is expressing through the chicken also, the goat also, the cow also. You may argue through the plants also. That is true. But is there not a degree of sort of expression and all? Then why can't you eat, man? See, this is what I am asking everybody. If you don't worry about anything, eat, man. Or eat dogs. Oh, who can I eat? But some Koreans or somebody eat dogs also, it seems. I don't know. Nagaland also. See? We cannot. See, that is what I am saying. See, for me, I am telling you, even to kill an ant or something is very, very difficult actually. Because that is a weird, sadharana. But somehow mosquitoes, I have given an exception. Very difficult, you know, especially when you meditate. These mosquitoes come and sit on your nose only. How long you can say, go, go, go? You should have a lot of patience. It comes and sits. It is not the mosquito coming and sitting. It is Paramatma testing you in the form of mosquito. So I have told God, please excuse me. This is one thing I am going to do. Tuck. And I tell myself, no, I have given mukti to this. Means this body, power, mosquito body. It may take another good body. But actually, that also we should not do. Actually, Mahapariva and all, if you see in one photo or somewhere, he was in the Matakota, cow shed, full of mosquitoes. Because that is the nishtha actually. Uncompromising. See, when you are, that means that. No compromise. That is what it is all about. But we do all those things. Little exception given to the mosquitoes. Otherwise, it's difficult even to kill for me, tawakalai or whatever. But sometimes I have to do it for the snakes because people are so scared. Imagine if the snake has gone under your cot. Can you sleep? I cannot sleep. You can sleep? I don't know. Snakes, there is so much of bhiti in the mind. Padayum nadungumanga. Even a big army, they are all scared of somehow the snakes. And sometimes we don't actually disturb them. There are hundreds of it. In our ashram, we have got a zoo. Everything is there. All sorts of, whatever snake you want to see, we can show you. All sorts of snakes are available. But we don't trouble them. But when they come and sit inside our room and under our cot, then there is problem. See, whether you ask your, your helper to go and kill it, or you kill it, the same only. One who is prompting the murder also is a murderer only. So it's very difficult actually, because the same light is expressing. The Atma, the self, is expressing. How can you kill, or how can you be violent? You cannot be violent because the Paramatma is expressing. Paramatma is expressing actually. If you are devoted to Paramatma, if you love Paramatma, how can you kill, or how can you be violent? Don't argue, this Paramatma only is violent. Don't argue that way. So, this ahimsa is paramo dharmaha. Ahimsa paramo dharmaha. Among the dharmas, the chief dharma is ahimsa only. When we take sannyas, we say that. We give abhayam to all the beings. Abhayam means we will not threaten any beings. We will not bring in sorrow to any beings. That is our vratam, actually. So, that is expressing, Paramatma is expressing in the Vijnanamaya Kosha as the Jiva. Every Jiva is very sacred only. Yesterday, when Om, our priest son Om, when he was, summa blabbering something, and all sorts of things he was doing in front of the temple, when everybody was praying to seek attention. Chinna Kurandadani. That is whatever it is. I was, wondering, I was thinking, see, this self only, this self, not this personality, functioning through him only and making him to do all this cheshta. So how can I find fault with him? The Paramatma is expressing this way only in him, through him. But when he grows older, he will not. He will be very decent fellow, very dignified fellow, as if he is from the heavens. He will behave like that. That's why I asked him, you capture him now and show him later when he says, I am this. No, you are like this, stupid. So, if you start seeing the same Paramatma is only expressing through this kid and doing all sorts of cheshta for no reason. Paramatma will be wondering about us also. Why these people are doing this cheshta for no reason? Running here, running there, doing this, for what? For nothing. See, we feel he is blabbering, but we are also blabbering only all the time. Actually, we are blabbering only. We think we are intelligently blabbering. That is only the difference. But from his standpoint, Paramatma, we are also blabbering only. Unnecessarily, we are doing some cheshta only. He will be wondering why these fellows are doing this cheshta for no reason. Seeking attention. Meaning what? The same Paramatma is only functioning. So, this Jiva is the expression of Paramatma and is very bright because he is very close to the Paramatma. The Paramatma himself is expressing in the Vijnanamaya Kosha as this Jiva. How beautiful, right? And Ataha Bhavati Yesha Upadihi Asya Yad Atmadihi Samsarati Brahmena Yeshaha Upadihi. And this is also the Upadi of Atma. This Vijnanamaya also Upadi. It is not the Atma the self, please. That is what we are seeing. It is also a covering of the Paramatma. It is not the Paramatma. Eshaha upadihi asya. Asya means Atmanasya. This Vijnanamaya Kosha also, the upadi of Atma, the self. Atmadihi samsarati brahmena. The Paramatma identify with this fellow, aham dihi. This Vijnanamaya Kosha. He roams in this world, samsarati, brahmena, out of delusion. He samsarati. He goes and comes, he lives here. Paramatma only, for some reason, identify with this Vijnanamaya Kosha, which ahamdi, out of delusion, he enjoys or suffers. But from his standpoint, there is no enjoying or suffering. But when the identification happens for some reason, there is enjoyment or suffering. You got the point? Is it not very clear? So, Manomaya Kosha is a seat of aham mama iti, likes and dislikes. And that creates the Anya Bhava, the world outside. And that creates everything. That's what we have seen. And this Vijnanamaya Kosha, Atma expresses and he says, I am, and I am the doer, I am the enjoyer, I know everything. And he does, and he reaches the result also. He goes, he comes. In fact, he is only the Atma, the self, but because of identifying with this personality, he also behaves like that. So this is the biography of all human beings, of all jivas. So how to come out of it? As simple as that. Either you want to identify with the bird which is eating fruits, or identify with the bird which is watching. As simple as that. The choice is given to you. If you want to enjoy and suffer, okay, nobody stops you. Go on. Who cares? Go on. If that is your lot, go on. Nobody stops. But suppose if you want freedom, if you want a very exalted life, then here is the way. Identify with that bird which is, both are within us, which is just watching. There you are. Everything is done. That's all. So to watch and observe without getting influenced, what you need to do, nothing needs to be done. சும்மா இருக்கிறதுக்கு என்ன செய்யணும்? To be, what you need to do? Be aware. In the Yoga Vashishta, just now, means last year we saw Yoga Vashishta Sara Sangraha, abridged version of Yoga Vashishta. There Vashishta Muni says, Drik, I am the Drik, the seer, and there are Drishya Padartha, the scene. What is the bondage? This Drik is always influenced by the Drishya Padartha. This is the bondage, he says. And when this Drik can remain without getting influenced by the Drishya Padartha, he is free. எவ்வளோ சிம்பிளாக சொல்லிட்டார். So we have gone through all the scriptures. So once a devotee expressed to Gurudev, it seems, Gurudev, I have gone through Gita 25 times. Gurudev asked, has Gita gone through you at least once? So we have gone through all the scriptures. Everything finished now. Upanishads finished. Gita, Bhagavad Gita finished. Bhagavatam over. Atma Vidya Vilasam over. Yoga Vashishta done and dusted. Ashtavakra Gita finished. Vivekachudamani twice done, dusted. Everything is done. But I am not done yet. That is the sad part of it. So there Yoga Vashishta Muni says, if this Drik remains without getting influenced by the Drishya Padartha, then that is freedom, that is liberation. So we don't only teach this here, we give a practical sort of a platform also to practice this here in ashram. That is why we put along with 4 people or 3 people more. You are the drik now. All these are drishya padartha. Whatever they do, whatever happens, the drik should not be influenced. Let us see. We will start from here. No. How can it be like this? The drik is always, jumping. So this drik pavam. So he is always influenced with drishya padartha. He wants to kill the drishya. I want to kill him. But since it's ashram, I am just leaving this fellow. He's so annoying me. He's on my head, eating my brains. Some people are capable, See, don't underestimate people. Some people can sit on your head and eat your brains. They can put a straw inside. Like that they can do it. And they test your patience to the core. Really, you have to be a Mahatma to remain. It's a test. Some devotees, they come and sit on you and eat your brains. Baba, leave me, I don't know anything, please. No, Swamiji, you know everything. Please tell me. Please tell me why I am like this. How do I know? No, you know everything. I don't know anything. No, you know everything. You are just chumma, brushing me aside. Why am I like this? Ask your father. His genes only has come inside you. So this is the test. The drika should remain undisturbed, whatever may be the drishya padartha. Come on. See, I am serious. Don't think about anybody else. Think about yourself. Don't think, I am not this. Swamiji is talking about somebody. I am talking about you. Or I am talking about myself. See, this is a bad habit we have got, When such things are told, we only imagine somebody else in the mind. No, we are bad, we are worse. We don't know we are bad. People ask, Swamiji, why God gives this trouble only to good people? Why, what happened? He is always only testing me. Who told you are good? We think we are good, huh? Arey, who told you are good? You are a very bad person, Is it? Yes. We think we are very good. We assume or we take it for granted. I am good, to Baba. Everybody is bad. Who told you? You are really bad. That is why he is giving you all these troubles. Is it? Yes. Go and hang yourself. So, this drika should remain without getting disturbed by the drishya padartha. Very hard actually. I am not saying it's easy because our habits, we are used to certain ways, our mind is trained in particular way. Very difficult. But if a person can come out of this acid test, then he grows in maturity, understanding, in sahiputanmai, in titiksha. He grows definitely. So that is why this is very important. This samsari or this vijnanamaya kosha is not the Paramatma. So Atma identify with the vijnanamaya kosha only in delusion, samsarati. He goes through all these different experiences, these relative experiences. So this is said. And then the teacher goes on to explain. Even though I say all these things, the Atma is unattached. Atma is not involved in anything. See, you cannot say Atma is expressing also. Atma is there in his vicinity, in his sannidhanam, everything is happened. See, there is a crystal placed on a table. A crystal, let us say, is placed on a table. The crystal has got no color of its own. But if the tablecloth is of a blue color, the crystal appears blue. No fault of the crystal. Crystal is just there. But because of the association with the blue cloth, it appears blue or appears red, whatever may be the color of the cloth. So Paramatma has got no color, no attachment, nothing. Association, or as if associated with the upadhis, he appeared to be that. But originally, see, even though when the crystal is appearing blue, it is not blue. See, that is the important thing to note. It has not become blue and then gone, blueness has gone. No. Never ever it has become blue, it is only superimposed on that crystal. Blueness. Similarly, never ever the Atma has become all this. It appears to, because of the association. That is what is going to be explained now. So never ever you have become a jiva. But you think you have become, therefore you are suffering. Stop thinking that you have become. Then you are free. That is the problem, Swamiji. We cannot stop thinking. What to be done? For everything you come and ask me the question, how to stop my thinking? Are you should do it now. How do I know how to stop your thinking? I do not know how to stop my thinking also. But you are a Swami. Yes, I am a Swami. A Swami doesn't mean he knows everything. No? He can do everything. No? You have to die your own death. You find your own way to die. Don't come here and ask everything from me. We are not here to tell you everything because we don't know anything. We are also like you only, trying to find out. How do we know everything? Yesterday somebody asked me, Swamiji, you are so cool. I was wondering. This Mahatma doesn't know about me. Okay, anyway, why? See, if somebody gives you credit, why to deny it? Accept it. Now tell me how to not get angry or irritated. I was wondering, this Mahatma is asking to the wrong person. See, you have to find your own way. For everything you should not seek help and ask somebody. If you sincerely wish, if you sincerely try, you will find your own way. Because everybody is unique, everybody should find their own way. It is not a fit in all solution. What they say?
One size fits all.
What is that?
One size
Fits all. One size fits all solution is not there. So it is not that you can give one solution to all. No. So therefore you have to find your own way. Then why are you here? I don't know. To eat, sleep, and talk. See, sadhus we are, Sa means nalla saapittu, thu nalla thungu. That is our primary job. And by the way, as a byproduct we talk. You cannot question the basic ingredient of a sadhu. So this Paramatma is unattached. Yoyam vijnanamaya praneshu Hridi spuratyayam jyotihi Kutastassan Atma karta Bhokta bhavatyupadhistaha. That meter is little long. Anyway, they may have some other tune also. I don't know. Yaha ayam vijnanamayaha praneshu hrudi spurati ayam jyotihi. See, it is from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad it seems. The first line is from the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad it seems. Acharya Shankara has lifted from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad and he has given this first line of this verse. What is said? Yo ayam vijnanamayaha praneshu hrudi spurati ayam jyotihi. This Atma, the Self, is available for us to appreciate, to comprehend, where? In the Vijnanamaya Kosha. Why? He is expressing as the reflected consciousness only in Vijnanamaya Kosha. He is not available in the hands. Where is the Atma, the Self? How much you will scratch, you may bleed. You may not find the Atma there. You understand? Where you can really find him? You go anywhere, you cannot find him in the world outside also. No. Sri Yoga Swami said, Sri Yoga Swami, the great saint of Jaffna, he had traveled all the way to Kashi, it seems, Varanasi. And while taking bath in the Ganges, he exclaimed, it seems, Kashil vandu kandeen Vishwanathanai en kavattaikul. He speaks like that. Having come all the way to Kashi, I saw Vishwanatha not there in the temple. In me. That's kavattaikul is slang. Don't try to understand kavattaikul now. It is not that good. Kavattai means this is kavattai. Kavattaikul. Meaning what? Within me. So that is the idea. I don't know whether exactly kavattai means. He is trying to tell me something else. Maybe that also. Yeah, that is also wonderful. The wonderful way of looking at it. Yes, kavattaikul means always I have been carrying it with me. True. Beautiful, beautiful way of looking at it. So, the idea is what? It is within me, available here. In the Vijnanamaya Kosha only, this Paramatma, Jyotihi, Surati Ayam Jyotihi, he is shining as a self. Self means what? As a reflected consciousness only, but that is the gateway through which you can go deep and abide. See, that is the gateway. Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi is so clear, and that is the truth. This is the way to go. In Vijnanamaya Kosha is expressing as the Aham Vritti or the reflected consciousness. There you focus on your own self. Then you retrace the path. Then you abide in the self. This is how he can be realized. No other way. Because he is available there only as the knowledge. Knowledge of something. Knowledge of something. So you give up all the somethings and he becomes the knowledge. See, very simple. Knowledge of something. Aware of something. Aware of something. When you give up all the other things, now awareness, knowledge, that is Paramatma. He need not be known also, because knowledge of something it becomes then. Knowledge of myself. There is the division again. See? It is knowledge. Knowledge, not knowledge of something. See, from the Vijnanamaya Kosha only he is expressing as knowledge of something. So, what Bhagavan says, don't worry about any other thing. Give up all the ulaham, udal ulaha vittu. Give up all the things. Then what happens? It is not knowledge of something. It is knowledge. That is you. Tat Tvamasi. So that is how he can be known. So he shines as Jyotihi. As Jyoti means not this light. Don't. Please don't. It is knowledge. You know, in our... See, sorry, I am again becoming very controversial. Sorry. But I have to express as an Acharya, we have to tell few things. If I am wrong, I am sorry about that. Because I don't know, I don't know everything. Na? Whatever I know, only I know. See, in this part of the world, there are certain people who think Jyoti is everything. Jyoti means what? This Jyoti is everything. See, you can meditate on Jyoti as a symbol. As meditating on the form of the Lord, you can meditate on the Jyoti, actual physical Jyoti I mean. But you cannot consider the Jyoti or Jyoti in area podu. A light will be glowing, or a lamp will be glowing, a Jyoti will be glowing in the heart. That is Paramatma. So you try to see the Jyoti. Dhyana means what? You are trying to see the Jyoti. See, this may be a upasana, a way of approaching. But though Jyoti means it is not a light as we perceive, because it is beyond senses and mind. It cannot be perceived through senses and mind. See, he also, the great Mahatma also said, Arut Perum Jyoti. He didn't say Sadharana Jyoti. Arut Perum Jyoti he has said. But people don't think all those things. They forget everything and they say only Jyoti means what? They, and also, you know, our Mahatma who draw pictures also, they draw how a fellow is sitting in meditation and inside there is a light, a sort of a Jyoti glowing. So people think, maybe when you sit in meditation, if you go down below, means deep within, there may be a Jyoti you will see. That is, I have God, the God. But nowadays, why Jyoti is not appearing inside? There is something wrong. Whatever appears, disappears.
What is Arul Priya Jyoti?
Arul means grace. Perum Jyoti means it is beyond. That is what it means actually. See, the light illuminates, or Vilakkam. Vilakkam ennathom, it makes you understand certain things. That is why it is called as light. The knowledge is also, it makes you understand everything. That's why it's called as light. Because that is a closer thing you can use in the language, you know. Otherwise, how can you use? So the light is used only as a close approximation of the knowledge principle. So we should not hold on to that light and say it is going to be some very effulgent light. And in the stotras also you feel, Udyadbhanu Sakasra Koti Satrusham. Amba is said as the Kodi Surya Prakasham. So you imagine an Amba with Oru Surya ne paaka mudiyadu. You cannot see one Surya. With Kodi Surya Prakasham means better not to see. Amba, go away, I can't stand. And she's so beautiful. How can she be beautiful if she is Kodi Surya Prakasham? She will be terrible. Not even terrible, killing. So don't imagine. It means this is something else. So that is available in the Vijnanamaya Kosha. Only through Vijnanamaya Kosha you can approach and you can go within, not through anything else. So now, please don't think, oh, okay, now I understand. This is Deham, so inside Prana, and inside there is mind, and inside there is Vijnanamaya Kosha, so I have to go deep, deep. So now, what are you doing? I am trying to go deep. Deep. Mind kulla poite. Konjam da irukku. I will go into the Vijnanamaya Kosha. What happened? No, wall matram nulayala. The tail is just hanging, it is not going in. I am trying to put everything, packing it. Don't try all those nonsense, huh? Please, when you say you have to go into the Vijnanamaya Kosha, then only you can reach means, then the fellow starts, taking it very seriously, literally. Because he is very devoted to his guru. Whatever he says, he follows. And he develops a severe headache by going into the Vijnanamaya Kosha. Don't try all the... You only say it is available in Vijnanamaya Kosha. You only say there are 5 koshas. And inside the 5 kosha, the Atma is there. It is not inside or outside. It is more pervasive, more subtle. That is what said inside or, So, as Bhagavan says, there is I thought. You hold on to that I thought. Everything is done. And that will take you to the... That is what Nisargadatta also says. So I tell you once more, to all the devotees of Bhagavan, Bhagavan is wonderful. He has given a path. But to understand him also, Nisargadatta helps. If you understand Nisargadatta, you can understand Bhagavan better. Because Nisargadatta explains everything detailed. But there is a catch there. When you explain too much also, you objectify it. You conceptualize it and you get caught. See, that is why Buddha or Bhagavan doesn't explain too much. Describe it too much. They say, you do this, you will go there. You will be there. But Mahatmas are different in their nature. No? But Nisargadatta explains it in a very vivid fashion. That helps. But the catch is, you so much conceptualize and get caught. Even Vedanta Shastra, that is the problem. You conceptualize so much. See, he is trying to explain and make you understand something very wonderful beyond. The language is used only for that. But we get caught. Shabdajalam Maharanyam Chitta Brahmanakaram. In the language we get caught. Because we get caught in the ideas and concepts. So that is a trouble, this is very, very troublesome. For the teachers also very, very difficult. This fellow is Muda Shikamani, Muda Shironmani. He gets caught into anything and everything. Whatever he said, he gets caught. His nature is, he can get caught into anything. Now he got caught into this Vijnanamaya Kosha. He is unable to go inside also, come out also. Caught, stuck in Vijnanamaya Kosha. Like the children get caught in the borewell. got stuck in the borel, they say, na? Like that this fellow got stuck into the Vijnanamaya course. All of us are stuck in Vijnanamaya only. Please understand. We are stuck in Vijnanamaya. The great scientists, great thinkers are stuck in Vijnanamaya, unable to go beyond, because they don't want to. They believe this is the end of all, and they're very proud of it. And they hold on only to that, and they're very proud of it. And they humiliate others out of their arrogance. They can't go beyond. You need a lot of humility to go beyond. You need guts to go beyond. You need guts to give up this intellect, you know. It's not ordinary. See, it's not ordinary. To give up this intellect, you need special guts. Dhairyam, courage. See, for intelligent people, you know, if they have got some doubt, they are troubled so much. We wonder why they are troubled so much. No, I want to know what it is. They are troubled so much. For a bhogi, if he doesn't get his object of pleasure, he is troubled. But for the intellectual person, for a jnani purush, intellectual person, if there is a pulu ullavi kodaya, pulu means the worm has gone inside, some doubt. He cannot keep quiet. How it is. Yesterday I was telling, when you realize the self, there is nothing other than self, then who are you teaching? This has gone into, somebody said. Then what do you mean by Swamiji? What do you mean by Swamiji? Then why these Mahatmas are teaching Swamiji? Do you mean to say they are doing something wrong? Or do you mean to say they are not realized? Or do you mean to say what you are saying is wrong? Hare Baba, leave me, I don't know. True. No, you have said something. Please tell me what. Please tell me what. Sorry, I will take back. No, you have said something. Now you have created a doubt in me. I cannot now sleep. I cannot keep quiet now. And the pulu kodairadhu panna thanga mudiyala. You have to tell me something. We watch the fun. Pulu kodairadhu konja neram. Because you have to give up this nonsense also, na. This buddhi also should be given up. Should be shattered, should be given up. So this fellow so much identified with the Vijnanamaya kosha. Intelligent person cannot now sleep or be peaceful, happy about anything. Wonderful kesari is served. His mind is codanjifying. Why these Mahatmas are teaching when they don't see anything else? When there is nobody, why they are teaching? Are eat kesari. Hey, kesari can wait. Are kesari will go, you will not get it again. That's okay. They cannot enjoy anything till that pulu dies. Pulu will not die. One pulu after another pulu will be coming only. Because valayadi valai solluvaanga. This banana, you know, the crop, the banana, valayadi valai. When one dies, from that another comes. Pulu is also like that. It will not die. Another will come. This fellow is always miserable because of his own mind, his own buddhi, intellect and doubts. Swami, அதெல்லாம் இருக்கட்டும், இப்போ சொல்லுங்க, என்ன எதுக்காக சொன்னீங்க? Once again you ask. You are laughing, but we are suffering. That is why we are here. To make everybody suffer and enjoy. Not that. See, the koan means what? Certain things are told to the disciple to think about, not for them to come arrive at a solution. To understand that the thinking is limited, you have to give it up. So, you have to give up this Vijnanamaya kosha. We have to give up this thinking, whatever may be. Then why are we here studying? Yes, you need the studies. You need to think. And beyond a point, you have to give up thinking also. Like the pole vault. You need the pole to gain the height, but you cannot cross with the pole. You have to give up the pole. So therefore, the Vijnanamaya kosha is fun. Because this poor intellect cannot understand everything. But it cannot remain without understanding. It wants to understand everything. Hare Baba, you cannot understand. No, I want to understand. Tell me. There must be some way to understand it. Tell me. Only when you keep quiet, it will be revealed. No, how to keep quiet? Hare, keep quiet. How to keep quiet? Keep quiet. What else you can say? So, In this Vijnanamaya Kosha, the Atma, the self, shines. Kutastaha san. Kutastaha san means it is unchanging. What they call? They call it as immutable. Immutable means which never undergoes any change. Kutastaha. The example given is like the anvil. Ironsmith, ironsmith, he uses an anvil. It allows everything which comes under it to change, but itself it will not change. That is anvil. Because when it changes also, then there is no point in using the anvil. If you want to know what is anvil, go into the net and search for it. With diagram they have given you what is anvil. The ironsmith, he hits, he molds all the iron pieces. The iron piece will change, but the anvil which he uses to mold will not change. So like this is Kutastavat. This Atma is unchanging, not undergo any modification. Kutavas san, Kutastaha san, Atma, Karta Bhokta Bhavati Upadistaha. Even though it is changeless, still he becomes Karta Bhokta, doer and enjoyer because of this Upadhi. Upadhi means this intellectual sheet or the other sheets. So Atma by itself is Kutastaha. He is not undergoing any change. But still he only is going through suffering or enjoyment because of the identification with the Upadhi. Upadhi means all these coverings. You understand? Going further. Swayam parichedam upetya buddhehe tadhatmya doshena param mrushatmanaha sarvatmakas sannapi vikshate swayam swata prutaktvena mrudho ghataniva swayam parichedam upetya buddhehe tadhatmya doshena param mrushatmanaha sarvatmakas sannapi vikshate swayam swata prutaktvena mrudho ghataniva swayam parichedam upedya buddhehe. This Paramatma, who is undivided, unbroken and infinite, he himself, because he has entered into the buddhi, expressing as the chichaya, reflected consciousness, as if he has undergone parichedam. Parichedam means what? Divided or limited. As if he has become limited now, because he has reflected in the Vijnanamaya Kosha. And not only that, Tadhatmya Doshena, since he has identified with the other koshas, what happens? The Param Mrishatmanaha, that Supreme has become the false self. Mrisha means false. False self. Paramatma is there. Since because of this Vijnanamaya Kosha, and since because it is reflected in the Vijnanamaya Kosha, he has gone through Paricheda, become limited. The unlimited has become limited, as though. It is not happening, as though. And because of the identification, completely he has become something else. Mrisha Atmanaha. From his selfhood, he has now become the Jiva. Meaning he has fallen as if. See, this word as if is very, very important in Advaita Vedanta Shastra. Nothing is happening. Everything seems to happen. So this Paramatma, how beautiful, he is wonderful. He is Achyutaha, he can never fall. That is his true nature. Achyutam means what? Which will not slip, which will not fall. That is Achyutam. Our nature is Achyutam. We cannot slip and fall at all. But somehow, how we don't know. It is impossibility only that has become possible due to Maya. What is Maya? That makes impossible possible and the possible impossible. So what happened? This Atma, when it is reflecting in the Vijnanamaya, has become Paricheda, limited, and also because of the identification, he has completely become Mrishatmanaha, a false self. That is the Jiva. You know, I am Ramana Swaroopananda, I am Acharya, I am the head of the Atma Vidya Mandir, blah 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 blah, and we have got some devotees and we do Jnana Yagnas and we do this, we do that, we construct temple, and you know, we are very busy, we are very intelligent, very smart, blah 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 blah. Mrishatmanaha, he is a false entity. I am a very loving person, very this person, that person. Nanum pai and anbum pai. I am false, my love is also false. I am not saying, one great master has said, Nanum pai and anbum pai. I am also false, my love also is false. Then if I hate somebody, that is also false. So love or hatred or whatever, everything is false because his personality is false. I am not this. In my original nature, truly I am what I am, unattached. Truly I am infinite, Ananda Swarupam, not influenced or affected by anything. From that, this thing, now because of this intellectual sheath, expression in the intellectual sheath, identification in the Anatma, I have fallen to this Mrishatmana. Mrishatma, I have become Mrishatma. And Sarvatmaka Sannapi, even though I am the self of all, Sarvatmakaha, Sarvatmaha Sannapi, Vikshate Swayam Swataha Prutak. I consider, I see myself as an individual entity. What happened now? Because of entering into this Vijnanamaya Kosha and identification, what happened? Not only I have become a Mrishatma, also, though I am the Atma of all, now what I have become? I have become an individual entity, Prutak, a separate individual entity. Only this I am. From the glorious shade of Atma of all, I have become Atma or the self of only this body mind. What a fall. Is that not so? Like if the pot, that is the example given, Mrudo Ghataniva, like if the pot thinks, I to Baba, I am different, I am not the mud or anything, I am different. If it thinks, mud pot thinking, no, I am something, see, I am round, I am with different color. So I am not mud, see, it is in different form, mud is where? Mud is different. But mud is the substratum for all the mud pots. If you think you are the mud, you become substratum of all the mud pots. But if you think only this mud pot I am, then you yourself lose your own glory. You become only that mud pot. Already you are a mud pot. Mud. So already you are a mud pot. Now you think you are only this mud pot. From being a mud, if you become mud pot, what a fall. If you identify with the mud, see, mud pot also made of mud only now. So if you identify with the mud, then you are the self of all mud pots. You are the Atma of all the mud pots. Because if you remove the mud from the mud pot, nothing remains. So the mud is the Atma of mud pot. So instead of being the self of all mud pots, now you want to consider you are one mud pot. What a fall. And you want to fight with all the other mud pots. Hare Rama, you are the essence of all the mud pots. So you are only expressing through all the mud pots. See, you understand? So the Vijnanamaya Kosha, what happens? There the self becomes paricheda, limited, expresses as something else, the jiva, identifying with the body mind. And not only that, it considers itself to be a special individual entity, divorced from the rest. I told you the other day, we alienate ourselves from the rest. through this body identification. Considering this mud pot as myself, then I alienate all the other mud pots. But if I say I am mud, then all the mud pots are me only. See, this is the idea. So we'll stop here. How beautiful, no, this Vedanta Shastra. If you are intelligent enough to understand and appreciate, nothing like this. See, it's like a bodhi. It's like a opium only now. It gives you a lot of kick. And you revel in your own this thing, you know. So that is why these munis, Munivargal, they are in their own worlds, reveling in their own contemplation. For them, you know, watching Bollywood movie is a punishment. Actually, no meaning actually. Chumma, dancing, singing. For them, this is giving them so much of joy. Joy means what? Real. Who is enjoying? This Vijnanamaya Koshi. But that is fine. Instead of enjoying something nonsense, he is reveling there, which will help him to come out. When he is convinced, he is aware of everything. Om Purnamadha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. See, we are going little slowly because this is very important actually. It is very, very important.